Good morning, Internet! Welcome to the Salted Coffee Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Brian Koenig. With me is the Velvet Fog himself, Devon McCann.
Hi. You're so enthusiastic. I love it.
Fucking intro crown hour over here.
Paul, the Iceman Z.
The Iceman? Why is he the Iceman?
Because he's so hot, he's cool.
I like White Boy Hatchet personally.
I don't see
White
it.
Boy Hatchet?
White Boy Hatchet.
I don't think anybody
From
sees
Marked
that.
for Death, the Steven Seagal movie.
Oh God. I'm just a cook.
That's
that
not
one.
that movie, but it's a Steven Seagal
That's the only
movie,
thing
so-
I know of Steven Seagal. That movie.
And he wasn't just the fucking cook, he was a Navy SEAL or some shit. You find that out later after he's like doing all Steven Seagal shit, kicking motherfuckers in the head and shit.
I wonder what Steven Seagal's doing right now.
Probably nothing, because he's Steven Seagal and has so much
Caressing
money.
his ponytail
probably
as he
eating.
takes a cold shower.
Anyways, so,
Steven Seagal's gonna hear this and come kick our ass now.
Nah. Too much of a pussy. Come get us, Steven Seagal.
He's listening. Yeah,
Let's just
you
say
know,
that-
Yeah, come on the show.
Steven Seagal is the biggest SCP fan. That's right. I'm still
Stop,
using it.
Stop using that.
SCP here to stay.
I don't want a bunch of coffee juggalos.
I'm just gonna say, Mr. Seagal, that I'm a big fan, and I have not said anything negative about you. So
I'm not.
please don't kick my
no,
ass.
I don't care.
All right.
I want
So
to.
yeah, this is the Salted
So,
Coffee
yeah,
Podcast.
Anyway, as we
this-
talk about Steven Seagal,
This is the Salted Coffee Podcast. It's we're three, sometimes four best friends gather around and talk about various topics. So yeah, what the fuck is going on with everyone?
Not much. I went to work every day, 5 days in a row.
Really?
Like an adult. It was interesting
it's adulting.
and
Was it? 'Cause
monotonous.
it doesn't
no,
sound- it doesn't
no, it was
sound
not at all.
interesting.
It was very overrated.
Okay.
And I have a long drive, and I was late on Friday because it took me an hour and 45 minutes to get to work, and I was pissed.
Yeah, that sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, it sucks balls. But other than that, I kind of did nothing. I was supposed to have a meeting with my lawyer on Wednesday for a traffic violation. So, of course, I overslept and didn't go and had to reschedule. So that was
Okay.
pretty much my week.
Well, these things happen.
They do. I don't really feel bad about it either.
Sorry.
So,
As for me, I kind of just worked, and that's really about it. Worked. I watch a lot of YouTube and random ass shit on YouTube.
What are you watching on YouTube?
Whatever is interesting, I'll find somebody who posts stuff, and I'll watch a bunch of their shit.
like
watch the
like
Gabby
what?
show.
Like what?
I watch the Gabby show.
the Gabby show?
Yeah,
I don't know what that is
Some
either.
chick that
But
posts
he watches
videos
it.
and
I don't really
she's
watch
funny,
YouTube.
and that's about it. I also watch this every week thing about the First World War because I'm a nerd like that.
On YouTube or
on YouTube? Definitely. It's I'll even plug it so
What's it-
people
what's
can
it
watch
called?
it.
What's the
It's
name of
called
it?
The Great War.
Okay.
So if you have any interested in history or anything like that, they post what happened this week 100 years ago during the First World War. It's actually pretty interesting. I kind of watched it on a whim one time, and I've been watching it the last year, and I caught up all the way from, Princeps shooting Franz Ferdinand, and what was right before that, to what would
That's
have
a
been
band.
happening. Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah.
To what would be the Battle of the Somme right now, I believe. And Verdun is also happening simultaneously. But that's enough of that because they have their own show and they're much better at it than I am. And I'm also trying to work on making some career moves. So that'll come in time if everything works out. We'll even make we'll make a little espresso shot about it.
Okay.
yeah.
So, yeah,
we'll touch on that later.
Yeah, we talked about
we
it
have
once.
announcements. So we have
we'll bring it up.
press
Hey, I
conferences.
didn't get to say what I was doing.
Well, nobody cares.
Yeah. What do you think this
Fine,
is?
fucking host this thing yourself.
What have
How
you been
was
doing,
your
Ryan?
week?
What's going on, Brian?
It was alright, I guess. I was working a lot. It's my first week back from vacation. I was in
That's right.
Disney World for a whole week. Yeah. Aside from that, I've been playing a lot of videogames. Been playing XCOM and
Video
Steins
game.
Gate.
How did that transfer to because it's just a port of the 360 version, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty shitty port.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fun game.
Frame rate issues.
There's
up
a lot
the
of
ass.
frame rate issues. There's random glitches and bugs. Like it
Of
doesn't
course.
run as well. Like
Yeah.
it really chugs to animate.
Right. I can imagine. I haven't gotten around to it. I did buy it in the flash sale a few weeks ago, because it's like 2-point-something gigs, and I only have an 8 gig card, so that was not gonna fit.
It's a fun game, hard as fuck, but even on easy, I'm on easy and I'm getting my ass kicked.
Yeah, video games.
Video games.
Video games.
Yeah.
So, I was playing it when you got here, the Killzone HD on PS3, and that's like the first time I've played a game in probably like a week and a half, because I'm just busy being an adult and doing things.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, it has like an old school control scheme that I'm trying to get used to.
Well,
So other than that, it's cool so far.
I'm just going to go out and say that, we've all talked about stuff. Let's start Beer Blitz because the beer's getting warm.
Is it? I don't know. It still
Wait,
feels
I thought
cool
you had announcements.
Do we want to do the announcements?
Any
now?
announcements first? You want to do it first?
We're clearly structured here.
Yeah.
Working on it.
Yeah.
All right. So you touched on the espresso shots thing.
Yeah.
What we're going to look to do sometime within the next few weeks or so is start doing for our YouTube channel some salted coffee podcast shorts, or whatever. We're just going to call them espresso shots. Quick 2 to 3 minute videos about whatever the fuck we think is funny, because we're weirdos. And
Yeah, pretty much.
we think that our audience would enjoy that extra content from us, rather than just listening to us whine about nonsense for an hour every week.
Yeah, so it's pretty much where we're going to put our videos on YouTube. We're not going to do the podcast anymore on YouTube.
Yeah, it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Who really wants to watch
I mean, I was
Cartoon Coffee Cup for an hour?
I would still
Right.
post it. We should still post. We'll talk about that later. We should still post
Well, yeah,
the podcast itself, because not everyone's gonna want to go on SoundCloud. But
Yeah, I mean, you still have the YouTube audience as opposed to the SoundCloud audience, but it's not offering anything different. It's still,
Yeah.
and the problem is, like with SoundCloud, like you can have that as a background listen, or you could download it.
yeah, that
And
is
in YouTube, you're
that's
getting
the only
a big video file.
fatal.
and you're
It's
not-
only a fatal flaw of YouTube is you can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, you could open a tab on your browser and then listen to it in the background or whatever, but like that's really the best that you can get with that. So I think it's a smart decision for us to just stick with the podcast being audio only, on, of course, on SoundCloud, and then for the video stuff to branch out and start doing new cool stuff there.
Mhm.
So ridiculous stuff.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
as we argue about what we want to do exactly.
Well, we'll have a team meeting.
We will
one of these days.
which pretty much because it's going to consist of us
brainstorm.
talking for like 5 minutes about it and then just drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty much because we're adults and that's what we do.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm a big
Our
boy.
segment is Beer Blitz. If you
It
didn't
is.
know what the hell Beer Blitz is, every single week we try a new beer that none of us has tried before. We open it on air, drink it, describe it, and rate it
Yes.
out of 5 coffee cups.
Yes, the cup scale.
Cup
Okay.
scale.
Who would like to start with our official Salted Coffee Podcast bottle opener?
I will.
Do the
Hair
honors,
Doctor,
sir.
do the honors,
So this week we are drinking Shinerbach Ruby Redbird. So it's a beer brewed with Texas Ruby Red grapefruit juice and with natural and ginger flavors added.
This is like the second grapefruit thing we've done in a while.
So this ought to be a flavor explosion. I didn't do it in the microphone right here.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on.
I'm going to do it properly. Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
The sweet sensation.
it's getting me hard.
The sound of fun. All right, gentlemen. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's all right.
You can taste the redbird.
It's made with real Redbird, so you know it's good. It's
Yeah,
made with real
exactly.
Cardinal.
It's made with bird. It can taste bird. Tastes like chicken kind of.
Did we
Kidding,
research
kidding.
where this is from?
From
By any
Texas.
chance?
It's from Texas.
That's from Texas?
Yes.
Did we say that already and I just wasn't paying attention?
No, we didn't say that, but
Ah.
at one point in time, I used to work in a liquor store, so
It's only
Just memorize it.
4.01 alcohol.
because I just found it weird that there's
That
beer
makes me
made in
sad.
Texas.
Yeah.
They have beer in Texas.
Apparently.
Yeah, they could be lying. You know, you can't trust the beer label. Not everything you read on a beer label is true. You know, just throwing that out there.
Damn Texans.
Yeah. So, what do we think of the flavor?
It's not overly citrusy.
Yeah,
It's
it's
refreshing.
red grapefruit juice.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm into it like you guys are.
Yeah. It's a light beer.
Yeah,
Very light.
and everyone knows that's my preference. So,
I do like light beer. Occasionally, I like a dark beer.
if the
you know.
mood strikes me, yeah.
Yeah, it's It depends on the beer and
Yeah.
the mood, time of year.
All right. So, what's our rating though? How many cups?
I mean, me.
Wait, can I read the back label?
Read the back label.
Yeah.
You
This
won't.
refreshing brew is made with Texas Ruby Red grapefruit juice, the signature citrus of the Rio Grande Valley. Tartness from the grapefruit juice and a delightful kick from the ginger flavor combine for a fucking flavor blast taste that's perfect any time of year.
It does say that on the label. By the way.
Deep
Really?
gold color and
Yes.
full body come from pure Munich malt and Mount Hood. Citra and Cascade hops balance the flavor well.
They do. That is.
I give it 4 coffee cups out of 5.
I'm also giving it 4 coffee cups.
I'm giving it 3 coffee cups. I'm not that into it.
Yeah. Well, I can never give. Have we? We've never given a 5.
We have not
cup.
given. I know a couple beers that I would give a 5 cup
Oh, yeah,
to.
me too.
Yeah.
1 or 2 of them. I can have 2 off the top of my head.
Yeah, but unfortunately, they'll never make the show because the point is trying new beers that we've never had. So.
Well, since not everybody has had it, I think we might have to go get it.
What is
you
it?
thinking what I'm thinking?
Oh, I think
They're
the
having a
Eagle
moment.
King.
Adler
Everyone.
Koenig.
Adler Koenig, yeah, the Eagle King.
Oh,
I only know one place to get it though. So
Germany.
I've yet to find it.
no, I know where to get
Anywhere.
it. That's if they still have it. I mean, so
I'm
hopefully.
sure they have it in Germany. Road trip, sea trip,
Listen, I would love to go to Germany. That'd be awesome.
air trip. We'll figure it out. We're working out the kinks.
Yeah, we're totally just gonna go to Germany.
Why not? Let's
I'm
go right
so-
now.
I want to go.
I'm feeling good. Let's
Yeah.
make it. Let's make it happen. Let's do it. Or not.
I don't have that kind of money, but all right.
Where's your sense of adventure?
Somewhere.
You don't you want to revisit the homeland?
I've been to Germany before. It's just been a while.
The motherland?
No, that's Russia. It's the fatherland.
All right. So Shiner Ruby Redbird. Pretty fucking good.
That still evens out.
Not
to
the
about
best. I will say it is better than the UFO one. I think
Yeah,
because I feel like that one was too sweet.
Yeah.
UFO one. I kind of struggled.
It's
to
one of
finish,
those
but this
like,
one
oh,
is-
if you have more than 2, you're like gonna get sick kind of deal.
Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
have fucking diabetes.
Basically,
Wilford
yeah.
Brimley's gonna come over.
Everyone has diabetes and AIDS.
They beat us.
It's 2016. Come on.
So,
Yeah.
you guys want to get into it?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Topics.
So yeah, everyone brings a topic to the table. So we're gonna start off with Brian. You want to go first?
Yeah.
What do you got for us?
So, in case you didn't know, well, at least at the time of this recording, Star Wars Celebration is going on right now in the UK, of all places.
It's
That's where they're- that's where
only
they're
there, or like
Well, it changes from year
oh,
to
so
year.
they have like in a venue, like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's in UK. It's because they shot episode 8 in UK. So I think that's why they have it there.
Yeah, that's. So
I'm a
anyway,
hu- I'm a huge
so
Star Wars fan, so is Paul.
Yeah,
Devon is
I'm a little more under wraps about it.
trying to get into
trying
it.
to get into it. You've
And
seen
I-
episode 4
I've
and
I've
5.
seen some Star Wars stuff and I'm familiar with it, but I'm not like a fanatic.
I will say that The Force Awakens was quite good. It exceeded my expectations greatly.
Let's make it a goal that I see Force Awakens this week. That's what I'm gonna
Well,
do.
watch Return of the Jedi
Like,
first.
Okay,
handcuff
so I can
you to
watch
your
4, 5,
couch.
6, and 7.
Yeah.
All right, I'll watch them all. So
Yeah,
that next week.
I would not recommend the.
The prequels.
The
That's what
prequels.
everybody says. So I'm just gonna listen to everyone. and
supposed to be
I'll,
the
I'll watch
chosen
them.
one.
What?
What?
The end, the last prequel where Anakin gets thrown in the
Oh, I have the Hydra on Anakin?
what?
I have the
We talked about
we
Revenge
talked-
of the Sith.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
where
You
fucking Ewan McGregor's like, you're supposed to be the chosen one and shit like that.
My brother Anakin! Okay, anyways, so this topic is not Star Wars related, but I bring it up
Yeah, I have no idea what's going
because
on. I'm just gonna go home.
they released new footage for Rogue One, which is a Star Wars story.
I have not seen the footage.
That's on the YouTubes.
We'll go on the
And
YouTube.
I thought you've been watching YouTube videos all
But
week. How did
anyways-
this fall under the radar for you?
Didn't pop up
So-
on my
in your feed.
recommended videos. Yeah.
Anyways, this
Yes.
leads me to hype. The hype is strong with Rogue One, as well with anything Star Wars related.
Yeah. People go crazy for that.
So
shit.
basically, what are we currently hyped about? I'm currently hyped about many things, Rogue One included. I'm hyped about a game coming up for PlayStation 4 called No Man's Sky.
I'm hyped about definitely the upcoming hockey season. I'm a big Devils fan. So is Devon over there.
Yep,
and
definitely.
they've made quite a few acquisitions.
Yeah, Taylor Hall.
Taylor Hall. They re-signed Kyle Palmieri,
5-year deal.
who is a Jersey boy.
Yes, he is.
So
Where's he
that's
from
pretty
again?
He is from Montville or something.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So
I should
that's
probably
not
know
even far
these
from
things.
here, actually.
But yeah, hype.
All
What-
aboard the hype train.
I'm trying to
Chug
think.
it, chug it,
I'm
chug it,
I'm
chug it.
actually
Hype,
kind of
hype.
hyped for the Assassin's Creed movie that's supposed to come out in December.
Really?
And okay, so hear me out on this because this is a
Okay.
strange one.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the biggest fan of Assassin's Creed, but I've seen they put a trailer out probably within the last 6 to 8 weeks.
Are we talking like the before E3?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like late May or something. They put it out, and I'm hyped for the movie because of what I think it's going to do for video game movies. Not because I'm an Assassin's Creed fan, but I think that if they do it justice and remain faithful to its source material, they can really change the way that people look at video game movies. It's like how many video game movies have you seen that have actually turned out to be anything more than just shitty fan service, if that?
Maybe the first Mortal Kombat.
Oh, really?
The first one. I also
I think
First
that's-
Mortal Kombat or
I
the
think
first,
that's
first Resident Evil?
the first Mortal Kombat.
I feel like that's the exact thing that I don't want.
like that's
But you
the
know what though?
exact
I saw
opposite
of
that
what
at
I'm
like
talking
I
about.
saw that at
What we
like
want.
6, and I liked it.
Yeah.
I saw it when it was like 6.
See, like
So I'll forever like it because of that.
yeah,
But
like
yeah,
I
Resident
do
Evil is
en-
pretty good.
I enjoy the Resident Evil movies too. But yeah, the first one was
The first one
the
was
best one, I think.
all right.
The
Fine.
very, very, very sexy Mila Jovovich.
But like, you know, typically when video game movies come out, they're done wrong. Or people will write them off as, oh, this is based off a video game, therefore it's going to suck. Like even the Dead Rising movies that came out, they were like free to stream on Crackle. Like the second one just came out and I haven't watched it yet. But like those are kind of blah.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, their budget.
It's essentially straight to DVD movies.
Basically, yeah.
If
And not
Blockbuster
even
was still around. but-
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, like something the Asylum would put out.
Yeah. But like in order to like see a change in the industry, like you need something to come out and do it right. And I have a feeling that the Assassin's Creed movie is going to be the movie that does that, so that future video game movies can like learn something from it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the exception of all of them is obviously all the Resident Evil movies. That's
I
the,
think just the first one because the sequels are pretty
They're
bad.
they're
They-
all
they
just
got
B
worse and
movies.
worse.
They just
but-
divert more and more from.
There's a new
the
one
games
coming out
themselves.
too.
Really?
So yeah, I think it's coming out in October, or maybe it's next October.
that's how out of touch with that.
But
part
it's
I
the
am, 'cause
final one though.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's the I think the
Supposedly.
7th one, and yeah, but like Mia Jovovich like isn't doing it anymore. Like, so I don't know. They'll probably reboot it 10 years from now with a new director, and
Michael Bay. There'll be explosions everywhere.
yeah, exactly. I'm sure I wouldn't doubt it. Everything is getting remade these days. But like that's the first thing that comes to mind with hype. But like I think generally hype is kind of a negative thing because it
really can
really
be.
raises your expectations.
Really, like you have to learn to, at least as you get
You
older,
regulate
to,
it. And,
lower your expectations for things.
yeah, exactly.
That's a little morbid, but
Because
yeah,
the-
that's
the-
true.
Well, I mean, like if I go into like a movie and I have high expectations for it, let's say Rogue One, and it turns out to be horrible, which I don't think will happen, I'll be really disappointed and just heartbroken. I guess.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
it's
if
hard
that's
to
the right word,
manage
but-
that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for The
It,
Force
like-
Awakens, I really lowered my expectations. But even if I had them high, it was still pretty damn good.
I prefer
so it
to have
would've,
low expectations and then come out surprised.
Yeah,
and
yeah, me too.
pleasantly
enjoy.
surprised. Yeah, it exceeded my expectations.
Right.
We're going back on a Star Wars tangent here, but
I think the best thing to do is to go in with no expectations, so that you're not either surprised or disappointed. Like you can just kind of
like hockey season last year.
let it speak for itself. Like yeah, with sports I tend to go in with no expectations or low expectations because I'm a fan of traditionally shitty teams
Yeah.
like the Redskins and well the Devils have been traditionally good up until the last 4 years or so.
Yeah, I mean, I
missing
had
the
some
playoffs.
low expectations to start the season last year. It started getting good, and then I was
They show
let
promise.
down.
And,
yeah, they showed a lot of promise.
I feel like
and they got
next
very
year-
close to making the playoffs.
Next year they'll find a way to squeeze in at 7.
I mean, I could sit here and if this were 2 months ago, I'd sit here and question a lot of Ray Shiro's movements during the season. But as of right now, it makes a little bit more sense. So
Yeah, exactly.
I'll hold that one back.
Here's another thing that I just thought of that I'm really hyped about.
What?
Because, like, I'm a huge music fan. I'm, like, really avidly into it. And there's a band called Flaw, if you guys have ever heard of. They're, like, a new metal band from, like, the early 2000s.
I know who
Never
Flaw
heard of
is.
them.
I know I've heard of them.
Well, they came back, and they're putting an album out next month, and I was super stoked about it, and it leaked online already. It's not out for, like, another, like, 5 weeks.
So how did it?
It's fucking awesome. It's, like, such a natural progression from what they would have sounded like in, like, 2005. So for that to exist, basically, 11 years, well, 12 years after their last album, basically, to kind of still sound the same and the way I want them to sound. And I came in with low expectations because they put out, like, a shitty, like, low production quality album a few years ago. So, like, when they said, oh, we're going to do a new album and we're going to do it justice and it's going to, be a throwback. Every time a band says that, like, oh, this is our best work, they're full of shit because they're just trying to get people to listen to them again.
It's loud.
But yeah, they totally delivered on this, and I'm super happy about it. So their new album is it's supposed to come out August 19th. It's called Divided We Fall. So listen to that. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I'm hyped.
The
I'm gonna buy
example I was going to use was No Man's Sky, which is a game that's been hyped for the past 4 or 5 years or so.
Yeah.
And they released a lot of footage, a lot of just a lot of details about the game, and people aren't really sure what the hell you're supposed to do in the game. Even though they clearly tell you what you do in the game, and people kind of don't want to believe it because
it's too ambitious.
It's too ambitious. People feel like they might get bored.
Yeah, and Hello Games is a team of only 14 people.
14 people. I've learned to be excited about it, yet not expect a whole lot out of the game. Because in the end, it's really just going to be a chill game about flying around the fucking universe, collecting supplies.
It's going to be exactly if you were like a solo astronaut.
Yeah, you're not going to be
around
like fighting other players or aliens and shit. Like it's
Space Oregon Trail.
It's just exploration.
It's just a chill exploration game, which is kind of what I want right now, and I think that's why I'm so excited for it.
Space Oregon Trail.
Space. No, but sure.
Yeah, somewhat. Oregon Trail. I remember that back in like elementary school, playing that on the
early
computers.
90s,
that was
computer,
great.
the computer that was a green screen.
Mavis Beacon. Anyone remember that with the typing game where like it would have flies come up on your windshield when you'd be driving and you'd type the words as they come up. No one remembers this, really?
No.
I think I remember.
Had the
like, and if you type the wrong key, it was like to teach you the home row on the keyboard.
And what was the other one? The one with the math, and you had to race the guy in the drag car, and you could remember that one. Like,
was that a Mavis Beacon one too? Because they had a whole bunch of that.
Wow, no, I don't remember.
So I remember the mask creator, like Halloween mask and shit.
Okay, like an old
it was
early '90s.
It was like an early '90s
PC program.
Like it was Macintosh. It wasn't even PC. But it was like really rudimentary. You get to print it out and fucking cut it out, cut the eyes out.
I had
it's really stupid, but I loved it back then.
Custom car designer. It was a Hot Wheels game on PC where you could like design your own shit and you could like print out stickers to put on your Hot Wheels cars. Yeah, I had really dumb PC games when I was a kid.
We all did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Nuclear Strike.
Fucking Spider-Man animation creator or Simpsons animation creator.
What was it?
It had pre-canned animations and you just fucking make your own movie out of them.
Command and Conquer, that was another one.
Okay.
Are these fucking mobile games?
Now they are.
Well, everything is.
Conquer?
Yeah, everything is now. I think everything's a mobile game. Pokemon Go. That's Pokemon in a mobile game.
I fucking love Pokemon Go. I know we talked about
it last week, but I have an update for you. I actually loaded it up again, and I decided, hey, I'm going to walk around my apartment and see.
No, you're not going to find anything.
Exactly. And I was like, God damn it, this is literally going to make me get up and go outside and walk
God
around.
forbid.
I have things to do. Like drink and watch Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
So play with your cat.
And play with the cat and rub his back and make sweet love to him. He's a handsome fella. I love that baby man.
Yeah, he's just laying there all.
He's chilling over there in the living room. So anyway, So what else are we hyped for? Anything in particular? Like new music, new movies?
I mean, beyond the next few months that I'm trying to plan as far as career wise and making some changes in life.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Back to more of what I want versus what I thought was the best option for me at the time.
But does that get you hyped? It gets you like
It gets me hyped and excited for
exorbitantly bursting at the seams, excited for your future and like what
I wouldn't
it
say
has in store
bursting at
for
the
you.
seams, but it's very
You have some
optimistic.
you have cautious optimism. Like
Cautious
this is,
optimism.
Yeah,
And
That's
I
a good
mean,
word.
yeah,
I like that word.
I don't know. It's just hard to explain because I'm excited and I just want to see if I can make everything work the way I want it to work. It's possible and more than plausible. I just would like to see it all happen.
yeah,
And if it does work out, then be a very, very happy man. If not,
yeah. It's
I'll
something to
still
get.
be a normal
The future
person.
is something to get excited
Work on
about
it.
because it's filled with all sorts of different factors and variables and the unknown. So
Yes, indeed.
you know, but you got to make things happen rather than let them happen to you.
Yeah,
and
no,
it's kind of like
exactly.
this is corny, but grab the bull by the horns.
Well, I had
and
to
fuck
put-
it in the ass.
I'm putting the
That's a Sum 41 song, by the way.
I'm putting the ball in motion, all the balls in motion, and things rolling.
You're
Because if I
making
don't
your
do
own
it-
hype.
My
Yes.
balls are in motion
I'm
hearing
making
you
my
say
own
that.
You're a hype master.
Indeed. You know, was it from that one movie, Shit or Get Off the Pot, Rockstar? do you want to dance or see Kiss on album covers the rest of your life?
What the hell's that from?
From Detroit Rock City.
I've never seen it.
I don't know
That's a
what that
good
is.
movie.
So
It's about Kiss.
Kiss saves Christmas.
Quick, Ace! Everyone knows pterodactyls hate the sound of an electric guitar.
Classic.
Family Guy reference, everybody.
Yep, indeed.
Anyway, that's my hype. That's as far as I can go with it.
Yeah, like
So-
I'm big into music, so every time like I hear an announcement that's like, oh, you know, we have a new album coming out by whoever, they're like, I get excited to hear new music. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's you know,
I'm pretty much the same way with video games.
Yeah.
Like game announcements or release dates.
Video games.
yeah. In terms of video games, I'm not really like I'm still living in the legacy console
Living in the
lifespan
past, man.
area. So like,
Killzone 1.
Killzone HD. Remake of a PS2 game being played on PS3. That's what I'm excited about because I never finished the PS2 version, so I want to get back in there and earn some trophies.
Yeah, I only got like
So
2 or 3 levels in that game.
yeah, it's a solid game. It's
It
just
is.
it's a bit old school, but I mean it's from 2004, so I mean, of course it's gonna be old school.
There's nothing wrong with old school.
Yeah, I mean like for me that was the control scheme because like to crouch is like L2, and you know you're used to that being the circle button. And to aim was like R3 to click the stick, but normally you would just hit L1 or L2 depending. So
Backward ass controls.
yeah, a little bit. So
But it's like one of the first games that came out for PS2 though. So
yeah, when did PS2 come out? 2001.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was
and
it was an early
PS3 was 2006. Holiday 2007 maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the
Okay.
first.
So it
big
was
hype
like
games.
mid range, like in the middle of the life cycle of the console. But yeah, in terms of video games, I'm trying to think of anything that nothing comes to mind. Nice, by the way.
Sexy.
Yeah, I don't know. Everything is all new console stuff. I'm excited about Skylanders Imaginators.
Oh, good lord.
Not because of the game, but because of the cool looking Crash Bandicoot figure that comes with it.
I'm excited about going bar
I do
hopping
want that
tonight.
figure though.
Yeah, like, but you know the shitty thing.
I'm just saying.
You're excited about bar hopping tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, me too. Yeah,
Yeah, that
we're,
kind of
no, we're
exciting.
gonna do that.
We're going bar hopping later. So.
Yeah, we're
we
going
have-
to New Brunswick, and we're gonna
because
grab a cab and
Yeah, because we're adults and we have nothing better to do.
drink and pursue the poon.
Which is probably going to end up nothing. Although
Oh, probably not. We'll end up back here and drink more and
Pretty
record
much.
a third episode and pass out.
Yeah, that's
That's
if
why
we
you guys
even
gotta lower your
actually leave.
expectations. 'Cause
Yes. Yeah.
My
exactly.
expectations
Go in
consist
not
of us
expecting
going
it.
out.
I go out and expect
going
to
out the
talk to
bar,
nobody.
Don't talk to anybody. Have a couple drinks, some to eat, and then come back and maybe be really drunk
Yeah.
and record a third episode.
And maybe
which
a
is gonna
really
sound
drunk girl
horrid.
just falls on my lap out of nowhere. Like, hey, how did you get here? You never know.
Yeah, these things happen.
This is New Brunswick. Things happen here.
Yes.
No, they don't. They don't. Nothing happens here.
I mean,
that's why I'm moving in 2 weeks.
If this was like during college, like semester,
Life is college.
yeah. Well,
Live your life like you're in college forever, and you'll be a happy fella.
Yeah,
happy
until you're
young man.
80 years old playing beer pong at a bar.
Oh, I'm fine with that. Did you see the video of the 82-year-old guy singing on stage with Drowning Pool? Like the dude, I posted this on Facebook a few weeks ago. Like there was a guy,
the guy that was from
he did like America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
They actually Drowning Pool invited him to do a show with them, and he went on stage at like a festival in like
awesome.
Ohio, and he performed Bodies with the band. And there's video of it. Like it just
Was
this
it
just
actually
happened.
good?
It was funny. Yeah, but
Yeah, he's not a good singer. It's just funny because he's old as hell.
yeah.
He's an old guy that likes drowning pool.
Yeah.
It's probably his grandkid probably got him to do it, though.
Crypt Keeper.
Yeah. But it's funny. You should definitely watch it. So he's, like, singing out of tune, and, like, he messes up the words and stuff, and, like, it's just, yeah, he's hobbling around stage. He's got, like, he actually has a shirt on that says, like, let the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah, he's probably reminiscing about when he shot some Nazis in Normandy or something.
Probably, yeah. So you should watch it. It's a good video. Speaking of YouTube video watching.
Well, yeah, I could do that.
So yeah. But yeah, are we ready to move on to topic number 2?
Yes.
Who wants to go second?
I mean, I guess I could have. Nobody else wants to. Since you're both looking at me like I have to.
Sorry.
No, I don't care.
I like going last.
I'm just here to drink. Don't even mind me.
I just like batting cleanup. That's me. Another sports reference there.
Yeah.
So my topic.
Sports nerd.
Yeah. All right. Whatever.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah. Fucking nerds. Everyone hates them. Anyway, so my topic is more consistent of what happened to me on my way here. So my topic is let's talk about the best and worst vehicles we've ever owned. And if you only own one or two, then you can talk about vehicles you've been around throughout your life. I mean, we've all been around plenty of cars that have probably sucked and some that have been pretty awesome. So just
my idea of a perfect car is just like an old, like mid 90s to early 2000s four-banger that gets me from A to B. That's really all I care about. I don't need anything fancy. I don't need a GPS built in. I don't need a touchscreen that tells me if I'm going to back into someone else's car or something. Like, I don't need any of that fancy shit. I just want to go to work and come home, get where I need to go. So I really don't care.
I mean, some of us, me and you, I know for a fact, have had a couple different cars each. I've had quite a few.
Oh, yeah, I've had
probably some of them have been pretty funny.
7. Yeah.
I remember your Oldsmobile, the 88, the big one, the boat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was my second car. That was a good car, but I only had it for like 2 months. But yeah, and it was a super gas guzzler. It guzzled that gas.
Yeah,
like you know who guzzles cum. Justin's mom. Guzzles the cum.
You have to bleep that one out.
Yeah, probably.
I get all upset about it.
Oh yeah, he doesn't.
But
Listen.
he's
Nobody
dead.
listens to this shit.
Yeah, but he's dead anyway, right?
Yeah, he's a ghost.
Yeah, as always.
So, anyway, shitty cars.
Shitty cars. Well, I'll go with the best car I've ever owned was probably my Firebird that I had in high school. I think it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I remember that.
Everybody can admit.
Was that the one that you totaled on the bridge?
Yeah, that was the one I totaled on the bridge because I won't ever.
Because we were young and we didn't know how to drive.
Pretty much. Yeah. I'll never claim responsibility for that one.
You felt the need for sweet release, and you were coming home from school one day, and you were like, you know what?
The last day of high school too.
Oh, was it really?
Mm-hmm.
You were just like you're driving over the bridge, and you're like, wow, that ocean looks really inviting right now. I should drive into it
and just die.
I mean, that's the way I would think, anyway.
Yeah, right. So that was probably the best car I've ever owned. Worst car? That's a hard one. I mean, I've had some pretty comically bad cars.
Yeah.
I mean, the one I have now is kind of crappy.
Yeah, it broke down on the way
here.
It
literally broke down on the way
here. A couple of
here.
hours ago.
Yeah.
So this is, yeah.
I have the idle fluctuates. It surges. I think that's the proper word for it, surges.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably a vacuum leak, but the car's shitty. I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience to track the vacuum leak.
I have to throw this out there. I want to buy some Surge.
I've found Surge.
A good investment.
I've found Surge. You can buy it now.
Yeah, supposedly
it's in the
it
store.
has like wide distribution, but I haven't seen it anywhere.
Yeah, it's wide, quote unquote.
Yeah,
wide.
Yeah. That means it's in the Midwest only.
No, I know a place you can buy it here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a place.
I've heard they have them at 5 Below for like 99 cents.
Yeah, there's a place on 37 in Tom's River.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Let's
anyway.
make it we'll make that our first espresso shot. Buying
that.
Surge. We'll take the GoPro. Hey, we're at Five Below. This is the Salted Coffee Podcast.
We're buying Surge.
We get kicked out
Remember
before
this
we even get to
shitty
buy
drink
it.
from the 90s?
Yeah, there's shit
Hey.
full of fucking.
We should do that, and we should do Ecto Cooler.
Oh yeah, they just brought that back
Yeah, they
because of
brought
the
back
movie.
Ecto Cooler because of
Really?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah. We should have gotten that.
man.
You know what we
We
should
could've gotten
do?
that at Target.
How about we? Well, what the fuck? Why didn't anybody say anything?
I don't.
Oh,
I
you
just
goddamn
didn't think
mother-
about it. Fuck.
Ooh.
All
Well,
right.
all right. So next week we're gonna drink Ecto Cooler and we're gonna mix it with something awesome. We should do that. Make a random mixed drink out of it and give it a funny name. That's coffee related because everything is coffee related because that's the name of the show.
Yeah.
What about Ghostbusters? Ghostbusters.
No,
related.
fuck that shit.
Slimer
It's coffee
related.
related, and we're gonna put coffee in it. So it's
Oh,
gonna
that
taste
sounds like a
absolutely
mistake.
awful.
Now we have to do that. The coffee
Put
Ecto
coffee
Cooler.
into everything we make.
So all right. So
Cat beard chino.
this Shiner Ruby Redbird, I'll just pour a little cup of coffee in it.
Anyway, let's get back
Does
to
that, does that relate to food too? Like, oh yeah, I can't wait for these fucking
Oh,
coffee flavored Doritos.
Yeah.
They actually make coffee flavored chips though.
I'm sure they did. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had the cappuccino.
When we
chips
have the
from Lay's.
salted
Was-
coffee cook-off, everything has to be made with coffee as an
Oh my
ingredient.
god.
Oh,
Like
this
even
is-
if it's just ground coffee beans thrown in like mac and cheese with some bacon bits on top.
Stay tuned, everybody, for
Oh, it's
disgusting
coming. It's
food.
coming.
For food that we're gonna make that's gonna taste great until we sprinkle a little bit of coffee grounds on it, just so it can qualify.
Yeah. It should be like a requirement for every recipe, and we can post the recipes on Facebook.
We just completely
Jesus Christ.
diverted from our original topic.
So anyway,
topic of
shitty
bad
cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shitty cars. So I'm coming around the corner, leaving work, and my axle snaps. This happened like 3 weeks ago.
Sound effects for all, yeah.
Yeah.
I had somebody back into my car a couple months ago and crack the marker light. So my solution was, since it's a piece of shit, I just duct taped it. Because fuck that. And today I'm driving on the Staten Island Expressway, and I don't know why. I mean, it started overheating. Radiator's full, all that stuff. Whatever. And so I get off, and
Nice.
it is pretty hot, so I turn the car off at a light because I'm behind a lot of cars. I'm like, okay, and then it just wouldn't start. So then I park the car, I get out of the car, and I walk a couple blocks, and I come back. You know, I wanted to get a bottle of water and a slushie because I'm a grown ass man and I can have a fucking slushie when I want to.
You mean a Slurpee.
A
Slurpee. Slushy?
You're not living in fucking Springfield.
That's a squishy.
Oh, fuck. All right. Touche.
All right.
You fucked it up.
Yeah. So okay, Apu. Go back to the Quickie Mart.
Thank you. Come again.
And it just started again, and it was like there was no power and then power again because the clock was off, and the radio looked like it had just been installed, and I had to turn the demo mode off, which I was really annoying trying to figure out how to do it on the way here while I was driving. And like the wiper arm fell down the one time and got stuck behind the driver's door, so I had to retighten the wiper arm so it wouldn't fly around, and it's really annoying. It just, the only positive thing is, one, I get fantastic gas mileage, and I learned to drive stick because it's a stick shift. And that's pretty
Yeah,
much the
you
one
know
thing
you
that's
like
not
that.
broken on my car is the transmission. I say that now.
Yeah. So my first car was it was a 1989 Oldsmobile Cutlass Calais that I bought from my sister for I think $300 or $500, something like that. And I was 17. Of course, I got into an accident a month or two after having the car. So everything was kind of fucked up front. Like the radiator was busted and the hood was busted, which leads me into an awesome story. So what I used to do to keep the hood down was I had to like take rope or twine or something and tie it because it wouldn't like lodge back into the little
The notch.
the notch that it goes into or clicks in. So I duct taped it down, and one time Brian, you and I were coming back over the Seaside
God.
Bridge,
That
and
scared
the
fucking
the
shit out of
wind
me.
like caught underneath the hood and it like ripped the duct tape off, and the hood flew up and smashed my windshield. And I had to drive the car for a couple blocks with the hood up on the windshield So I had to I couldn't see and
even when we put the hood down, the entire windshield was just cracked.
Yeah,
everywhere. Just it wasn't shattered, but it was fucked.
Yeah,
you couldn't even see.
Yeah, not at all. But luckily, I only lived a few minutes away at the time, and I got a new windshield. And what ended up happening is how I got rid of that car was I was just driving a block away from my house when I was living with my mom, and I hit a bump, and the exhaust pipe fell off. The whole, the whole undercarriagey thing, not just the muffler or something. I left it there, and I drove around the block. I pulled into my mom's driveway, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to junk this one now. I can't fix it anymore. Then I got the Delta, and that lasted me for about 2 months, and then I got rid of that car. And then I got my Mercury Cougar, which lasted about 5 or 6 years, actually.
I actually remember me and Justin doing the brakes in your Mercury Cougar, and you paying us in pizza.
Yeah, I remember. But it was in the driveway at my mom's house.
And the funny shit about it is Justin's a vegetarian, and he pays us in bacon cheese pizza.
Yeah.
So Justin couldn't have any of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was fine with me, because I just sat there laughing, but Justin just sat there being pissed off the whole time.
Yep. So, and then after that, I actually just got rid of the Cougar about a year and a half ago, because it just had so many problems I couldn't deal with it financially anymore. But I've also had a Cavalier that lasted for a few years.
The black one.
It was red and black because it had mixed parts to it. And then a 2011 Nissan Versa that I co-owned with my ex-wife. So I've had quite a few cars over the years. That was the best one, is the Nissan, but that was because we bought it new.
Yeah, I had my Firebird, which was awesome, and I wrecked it. Mm-hmm. And my Monte Carlo, the transmission died, so I sold it to somebody who actually turned it into a hot rod. So that thing still lives on. I'm happy about that. It was a pretty awesome car. Mm-hmm. It was actually so fast it scared the shit out of me. I had an '89 Crown Victoria, which is an old cop car.
I remember that car.
I sold it to my sister because she wrecked her car, and I had right after that got a car from my grandfather. They took his license away, so it was another Crown Victoria.
Damani Galo.
Yeah,
okay.
I like classic.
You got to talk about Abe.
I'm getting there.
All right.
I'm getting there. All right, relax.
All right.
I had a couple other Firebirds I tried to make into hot rods, but I never had the money really, so they all ended up getting sold. I had a truck that some girl ended up hitting me at a light in Bricktown. So I was like, okay, bumper's all fucked up, no big deal. So then as I was trying to replace, I had to order the parts to replace the brakes, and I ended up having to make a quick stop, and I ended up going to the back of somebody's truck and wrecked my truck, which sucked because I actually really liked that thing.
Yeah.
Remember my white truck? I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you've had a lot of cars over the years. It's hard for me to.
I don't have good luck with vehicles.
Yeah, I do not. They last a year or two, and that's it.
Yeah, pretty much. And then after that, I'm pretty sure that was Abe. That was the one I had the longest. It was 3 or 4 years. I had a '91 Explorer I bought for $400, and I had it for years. Actually, I'm going to apologize to the '91 Explorer because I think that was probably the most reliable vehicle I've had ever. I had to do some work to it. I had to replace a couple of the pulleys, which was easy because the pulley was $10. I just unscrewed it, rescrewed it in. I had to replace the radiator once, and that was $100. That was easy. I did a lot of the work myself.
It's where we took Road Couch.
Yeah, we picked up Road Couch in Abe. Abe was the name of the truck because my license plate ended with ABE. So that was the logical name for the vehicle was Abe. I actually remember the entire license plate of that one and my Firebird. I'm not obviously not gonna air them, but just Abe was awesome. An awesome truck. I absolutely loved it. Yeah. Eventually, it just started getting more and more problems over the course of I think I owned it for about 4 years. I had Abe for a while. I had Abe from my freshman year in college to when I went away to the service, and had it for about 2 years after that. And it was, it was probably one of my favorite vehicles. The four-wheel drive. The funny part was it looked like absolute garbage, but there was a big snowstorm, and I was living in Seaside at the time, and there's this guy down the street that had a brand new Chevy Silverado, the Z71 or whatever the bullshit is for the racing truck or all the high end parts. And I remember this guy being stuck in the snow, and I'm in this crappy old Ford Explorer with my 4-wheel on, and I just go right past him with no problem. It was pretty cool. I was laughing. I actually really loved that truck, and I got a little emotional when I had to get rid of it because it was like my
Everyone has that moment.
Yeah, it was my loyal companion for a very long time. It was like
first love.
It was like
car.
It was like the car version of a dog because no matter what I did, it was fine. Actually, I ended up having to. The transmission died. I couldn't get out of I think first or second gear, but no matter what I did, I just put the key in, turned it right over. Always turned over. Ran like a Swiss watch. And it ran fantastic no matter what I did. I couldn't kill the engine. I actually still miss that fucking thing. If I had the money, I would have replaced it and fixed everything wrong with it.
I
and
would
just
love
kept it.
to own another Oldsmobile one day, just for shits and giggles, like
sex-
as a second
the
car.
Sexmobile.
Yeah. I actually had, like, I bought like those stupid like 3D printed or like stupid letter kits that you could buy, and I had them like they were like little stickers that you put on the car, and I had Sexmobile written on the trunk when I was in high school. So, and by the way, that was not an apt name. I never had sex in that car while I was in high school.
No.
I did afterwards, but not in high school. So
Well, you still had sex in it.
I was
so
misrepresenting. Yeah, but when I was, I had it on there before it happened, though. So that was
Sexmobile.
disingenuous of me. So
You're
if I could go
phony.
back to 17, 18-year-old Devon, I'd kick him square in the balls.
For being
I think we'd all kick each other
Yeah.
in the balls.
Yeah. Rochambeau.
Rochambeau.
So Brian, what kind of cars did you have?
I've only had 2 cars my entire life.
You could talk about your dad's cars too.
I'm gonna get to that actually. So my first car was a '96 Ford Thunderbird,
Which I eventually owned at one point for a couple months.
which was a great car. It lasted me a good while. I had it from high school, which was 2005 till 2014.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
almost 10 years. I did.
Thunder Cougar Falconberg.
I kept maintenance on it constantly because my dad's a mechanic and he works at Ford.
Must
so
be
he's
nice.
Yeah.
constantly hounding me to take care of my car, so it lasts, and it did. But eventually the fucking shifter started fucking up near the end. I actually sold it to Paul when I got my new car, which is now a 2008 Ford Fusion.
Mhm.
It's a fine car. It's whatever.
It's a car. Yeah, that's
car.
my
It's a
attitude.
car.
Who gives a fuck? Car's
Does
a
its
car.
job.
Yep.
It's nice. So yeah, my dad's car. My dad's car is a
What the deuce?
'95 blue Ford Taurus station wagon, and it has well over 500,000 miles on the fucking thing. The thing is almost falling apart, yet he's still clinging on to fixing every little piece of it. And it's kind of impressive at this point. And I don't think he's planning on getting a new car anytime soon, even though I think he should.
Yeah,
He
he
also doesn't really have the money, so
I mean, he
can't blame
has
him.
he has all kinds of extra parts for it just sitting there.
Yeah.
He has a whole another motor and transmission.
Yeah,
Oh, he's prepared then. For the
Oh,
end
yeah.
of days. So, like, it's like the zombie apocalypse, and he's got like
that car's never gonna die. It's gonna outlive all of us. So.
yeah, probably.
You're gonna get it, and you're gonna end up keeping it just because it's gonna be funny.
It's gonna be a family heirloom. It's gonna be passed down from Koenig to Koenig generations.
Yes. So Margaret is gonna have to live with this with
Yeah,
Jeeves
that your son is gonna have that car.
or daughter. She doesn't have a choice.
Yeah,
Nah,
sure.
it's its son. Yeah. Wait, all right.
There's a lot of space in the back for shagging, so yeah.
Okay.
Not
So
that I've
are
ever had
you
sex in
gonna
it.
are you gonna
You should.
have sex in
Had
the back
sex
of
in the
it?
Thunderbird though.
Did you?
Yeah,
How was that? Was it sexy?
it's kind of cramped. Back
Okay.
seat isn't exactly spacious.
No,
Like
it's
her
not.
head is smashing up against the side.
The front two
and,
Yeah.
seats of the
Yeah,
Thunderbird were
right.
very comfortable.
Oh yeah, that car was comfortable as shit, but
not
doesn't
for
have a
fucking.
lot of ample room for banging.
No, there's not a lot of thrusting
No.
space.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways, yeah.
I believe that was our car topic, and now I feel a little sentimental about my Explorer. So
Yeah. All right, so we'll go into our final topic of the day, and this one is mine. This one was posed to a friend of mine who was curious if two members of the opposite sex can have a platonic friendship, like where there's no attraction to each other, there's no, friends with benefits going on. It's simply just a guy and a girl hanging out, being friends, nothing going on. Is that something that's possible? Now, we also have to consider like the time frame, like the age of life that you're in. Like if you're like 15 to 18, then probably no.
So I guess we should just talk about now, like our age group, which is mid-20s.
Yeah. Is it possible? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, now here's the thing, though.
I don't know.
Is it possible to have a friendship with someone that you don't have sex with? Yes. But is it possible that you have a friendship with someone you don't have sex with, but you want to have sex with them? That's the real question.
Well, that's definitely the case. I definitely
Here's the thing.
do that.
There's always some type of attraction to the opposite sex in a friendship.
It's just a natural primitive thing.
It's just a natural primitive thing, be it their looks or
them being
you hang
a good
around
person,
them enough to eventually
develop an emotional bond,
and get to know the person and have feelings for them that way, be it sexual or just
you're bonding friends. And you become close and you talk about personal things and
right, and it's a different kind of friendship, rather than if a guy and guy friendship.
Right, like you can be comfortable talking to me about personal problems, but that doesn't mean that you're trying to get in my pants.
Exactly.
Even though you probably want to. It's okay.
Well, of course.
It's okay.
But
I'm flattered. But yeah, it can exist. Like, I've had friendships with girls over the years that I have never hooked up with, but to be honest, I do think about hooking up with them all the time. It's just a natural instinct. Even when I was in a relationship, it's still something that happens because it's like a grass is greener kind of thing. It's a fantasy of like, what would it be like to be with this person? Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that you don't have some self-control and you don't act on those instincts, those impulses. But I think that, at least speaking from my own personal sphere, my personal scope here, I think that it's totally possible to have a platonic friendship with a member of the opposite sex. So that's my take on it. Feel free to weigh in.
Yeah, I mean, while it is possible, I'm gonna go out there and say that a lot of the times you are gonna have an attraction to them.
Yeah,
you said in some way.
Well, yeah,
I definitely have female friends that I know that I am definitely attracted to in more than one way, but I just won't act upon it or say it, bring it up or anything. I mean, it doesn't mean you need to. I mean, in certain cases, if the opportunity arose itself, I would be all over that, like wet on rice and a glass of milk on a paper plate in a snowstorm. But
the fuck?
I'm sorry, you have to repeat that one. I need to hear that one. White on rice
and a glass of milk and a paper plate in a snowstorm.
That's the whitest thing I've heard all day.
That is, yes, it is. Okay,
okay.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
It's from Major Payne, so
I don't know.
I can't claim that. It's a movie with Damon Wayans.
Oh,
it's a really good movie.
Well, that explains why I haven't seen it then.
It's a funny fucking movie. Anyway, it's possible. It's definitely possible. There are, and while that is the case most of the time, you are attracted to them in some way, shape, or form. It's not the case all the time.
No, of course not. I've had friends who are girls who I've had no attraction to, whether on a personal level or a sexual level. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, it's not an easy thing necessarily, especially if one member wants to, take the beef bus to Tuna Town with the other one.
Yes.
Which makes it rather difficult.
Is it her beef bus or does she have a beef
that wouldn't
bus?
No, it was your beef bus to her Tuna Town.
Okay. Never mind.
What?
I got confused there.
Anyways. I assumed you did. Anyway, it's possible. It's difficult, but it can definitely be done. Now, if anything ever happens that changes the dynamic of said relationship, I don't know if the friendship part can be reignited.
You mean so like if you?
It depends on the person
having relations with them.
Yeah,
relations.
I mean, the best way I could put it is
zone.
Yeah.
I don't have to use a phrase that's hard to explain, but it's MET-TC dependent, which is a way of saying that it is very dependent upon a lot of things.
It all depends on whether
A
or
lot
not
of
you
factors.
value your friendship with them over having sex with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, which in some cases is definitely more important.
Right.
In other cases,
Sure.
willing to either
Yeah,
roll the dice.
I think
or...
self-control plays a big role in that.
It really does.
Of like, you have to look at these situations and say, well, hey, if something happens and it becomes awkward and weird, then how do we go back to how things were before the hookup?
Exactly, because that's really the problem. You can't always go back.
Exactly.
I mean,
And that's where it comes down to the two people themselves having that conversation. Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm going to be blunt and say that my ex that we recently broke up, we were friends for a while first. I don't know if I can go back to being friends with her. She wants that. I don't personally know myself at the moment. Like, as I'm speaking and saying this right now.
yeah,
as of
time will help you figure
July
that out.
16th.
Yes.
I don't think that's possible at the moment. But will time...
Yeah, but maybe
allow that to
July
happen?
16th, 2017. You
Yeah,
might feel
well,
differently.
that's quite possible. But until such a time, I don't really know how to approach it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the step back. And
Yeah, it can be a sensitive topic, and I think it depends on like the nature of your relationship with the person beforehand. So, like, if like, we'll use your example here. Like, you're talking about someone that you were in a romantic relationship, and you're talking about being friends afterwards. That's can be difficult to tackle, but like, I'm looking at it from the viewpoint of being friends first, and then going into whether it's a relationship territory or a hookup territory, however the two people want to play that.
Mm-hmm.
So, two very different beasts.
Yes, it is. It's a difficult thing.
I mean, it's the whole different story also. Like, if you're in a committed relationship already and you have female friends
And you're attracted to them.
and you're attracted to them as well, is that a bad thing?
I don't think so.
You think? No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either, because as long as you know that you're a good person, you're not acting on impulses,
Right, yeah.
like a little kid would. Like we're mature adults here, and we know, like, you just can't act on those things, and you can be honest with yourself about how you feel about somebody else, but if you're in a committed relationship, then it is best that you just find other ways to deal with it.
Yeah. Also, if your significant other is jealous of that you have a lot of female friends, just like communication, talk to them, be like,
yep. Yeah.
I like them. They're
Like,
my
hey,
friends
these are my
because
friends.
These are my friends because
We have
this and
common
this,
interests
not
and
because
similar
she's
personalities.
hot or
Right.
anything. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
she's hot, just happens to be a plus.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Right.
I mean, quite frankly, even if there's somebody who you're friends with that you're not interested in, and they're attractive, it's just sometimes nice to just look at something that's nice looking.
Yeah.
It's just
I think
like
every
having a good-looking
relationship
car.
endures that kind of insecurity too at times. Because even the most secure person, still kind of someone who knows you very well will know what you're attracted to.
Because if you're not, honestly, as a person, if you're in a committed relationship and your significant other has a friend of the opposite sex, and you aren't at least mildly jealous, I think you're lying to yourself.
Right.
You're
Right,
quite,
because
quite
if you're
frankly, you're just
and
you're
if you
fucking
weren't in
lying.
the picture, you'd be a fool to think that she wouldn't act on those
or
feelings.
wouldn't at least consider it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's all I got.
But can it happen? Yeah. Does it happen? Yep. Have I had a platonic friendship with a girl who I've had no attraction to? Yep. But I've had it the other way around too, where I've been friends and close with somebody who
You wanted to-
where I would, yeah,
You wanted to bang the shit out of it.
exactly. So it does go both ways. But again, honesty, communication, and hoping that things don't get awkward afterwards.
Yes,
that's the probably
Yeah.
That's a
the
big
biggest fear
thing.
for a lot of people. So I think that's something that you encounter and you deal with before the thing happens that you can't take back.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
Yeah, but even if it does happen,
Yeah, you can't
need to
plan how.
communicate to the person to not make it awkward. Like, if you guys avoid each other and don't say anything, that's just gonna make it
Yeah,
even worse.
and that's child's play.
just
this
just talk to each other.
Exactly.
Love one another.
Yeah, because I mean, the best way I could describe fucking a friend is like it's like firing a gun. Because once
Yeah.
you did it,
Right,
you can't take it back. You can't take it back.
Yeah, you're
Once
going
that,
to jail.
Yeah, once
you're gonna
that
get raped.
bullet leaves the chamber,
Yeah.
or once that penis enters that vagina,
Yeah.
you can't take it back. It's
Exactly.
already happened.
Yeah.
But you can mend the wound.
Yeah, I mean, and
of
sometimes
that gunshot.
it just happens and nothing comes of it.
Yeah, you
That's
sew
the
that
choice.
hymen back
Yeah,
on.
but nothing can.
What? She can't be a virgin? Why can't all my friends be virgins? I like virgins.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, I like to think they're all virgins because it makes me feel more like a man. How about that?
Okay,
Let's go.
we'll work with that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, okay, sometimes, like you said, the bullet leaves the barrel or penetration happens. Doesn't mean something negative is going to happen out of it.
Leaves the dick.
Oh my God. Anyway, doesn't mean anything negative is going to happen about it, but you can't take what happened back. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens. It can't be undone. You know, you can't unfuck somebody.
Well, if
But
you're
believe
like
me, there's a couple-
the time traveling
sometimes I
ass
wouldn't
frog,
mind.
maybe you can take it back.
Oh, Jesus Christ! That's a story. That's
a story for another
that's a story
episode.
for another episode. Anyway, I mean,
Right.
I think that wraps it up.
yeah, that's
right.
about all I gotta say.
Take this bad boy home.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do
All
this.
right.
Pimp the shit.
So, anyways, that was an episode of Salted Coffee Podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. If not, I don't blame you.
Love us.
We don't know what we're doing here.
Love
so,
us.
hey.
Love us. If you have critiques for the show, we'd love to hear it. Or if you have questions,
Or topics.
Topics.
We
Give
take
us topics.
topic
questions.
suggestions.
We'll take
Like, this
anything.
is not
Air.
easy to come up with something.
If
new
you
to
want to
talk
give
about
us free
every week.
beer,
We love
cook
beer.
for us.
Or suggestions on beer. What would you like to
Yes.
see us or hear us drink and talk about?
So yeah, emails saltedcoffeepodcast@gmail.com. You can find me and Devon on the various social networking delights.
Yes.
I'm on Twitter at bkoenigdesigns.
Yep. And I'm at Hunkalicious Rex. Wow. REX. I should probably say that again.
Like a sexy dinosaur.
Yeah, basically. Sexy dinosaur. Or I'm fucking up. Wow. Yeah, right?
That's all, folks.
All the pressure from this massive audience that we've
Pressure,
accrued.
hesitation,
A
pressure,
massive
hesitation.
20-person audience.
Yeah. No, don't we have 50-something likes on Facebook?
I think it's gone up. It's probably
It's
close
gone
to
up. It's
7.
gone
Well,
up.
anyways,
We're working on it.
60.
We're working on it.
Find
Working
Devon
on
on
it.
Twitter.
I'm on
at
Twitter.
Hunkalicious Rex.
Indeed.
We're on Facebook, Salted Coffee Podcast. You can follow all of us on Twitter at Salted Coffee Pod. We're working on getting up Instagram again, and we're on YouTube.
Yeah, we had one and we don't know what happened to it. Someone hacked us.
No, I got rid of it.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Well,
I wanted to go with a hacking story.
Jesus Christ.
You blew it up.
We wanted
I'm
to,
sorry.
We wanted to blame
I wanted
somebody.
to be like a victim for a moment.
Yeah.
Like we got hijacked and raped, and our Instagram got roofied, basically.
Yep.
And
But
I
no.
woke up and didn't ever feel the same afterwards.
No, and then it took us to prison and jail,
Indeed.
court.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, yeah. That's it then.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Internet.
Peace out.
Yeah, it
Closer
sounds-
and farther and closer and farther and closer and farther and closer and
Okay,
farther.
okay.